We're back. We're
Yes,
back.
sir.
Long time coming. It's been a while. Missed a lot. A lot has happened in that span. A lot of transfer portal stuff, which I want to talk about before we get into the national championship matchup
Okay.
and our
Okay.
prediction. Um, First off, I want to say this, okay? There is no laws and rules when it comes to the transfer portal. We've talked about this before.
None at all.
There's no salary caps, which is it's a lawless territory right now. And I
Yeah.
will say this because I don't really, okay, real quick. I want to preface like it would have been great to get Sam Levitt.
hmm
Would have been great. I was hoping we got him. I wasn't mad that we didn't get him. But Lane Kiffin pisses me, dude. This guy.
Signing every quarterback in the portal.
Did you not see what he did?
Yeah, I know he went and got that guy from USC.
He got and
Uh,
then
and then signed
Elon,
somebody else. Yeah, the
Elon,
guy from Elon. Yeah.
and then Sam Levitt. But he flew to Knoxville after
Yeah, I did
Sam
hear about that.
Levitt's
Yeah.
meeting, bro. And but in all
He
seriousness,
was on
like.
campus too, wasn't he?
He wasn't on campus. He
Okay.
wasn't on campus, but he went to some dealership to rent a car. Apparently, I don't know if this is true. This is all Twitter, but
hmm
apparently the dealership denied a rental for him, which is if that's the case, that would have been hilarious. But yeah, but to that point, I'm not really sure the number of Sam Levitt, like how much they were offering him.
hmm
And I will say this, if it was more than 3 million, which I think it was, absurd. Because you got Brennan Sorsby, who was signed for like 6 million.
Yeah.
We kicked Nico to the curb because he wanted like 1.9, I think.
Yeah.
So for us to even like, I get it's a make or break year for Josh Heupel. In my opinion, I think it is just outside looking in. But to go and pay a quarterback for 1 year, probably 3 or 4 million, is absurd.
Hey, the market demands what the market demands. I think, okay, here's what I think the other thing is everybody I think forgets that the reason the market has jumped is because revenue sharing is starting this upcoming year. So now on top of what players could get based on their name, image, and likeness, and from the collective and donors, they also now get that actual share of uh, what the school is making for the athletic department, which is why Damon Williams was about to get sued because he signed a revenue share
Another,
contract,
yeah,
which actually is a legally binding contract with the university.
yeah,
So, like, where the players could only command, let's say, $1.5 million in NIL, right? Before now they can command that as well as, well, hey, here's $1 million or $2 million based off our revenue share agreement that you can make. So them numbers are jumping up right
yeah.
now.
That,
I think it's gonna plateau though in the next year or two because the value won't be there. But
yeah. That's another guy, which if you're Washington,
yeah,
granted, the dude is super talented, but bad taste. Bad taste. What do you do in a situation like that?
yeah, man, you gotta hope that. I mean, these guys are so young that I think like the locker room will get over it pretty quick. Like these aren't grown men fighting for their livelihoods at this current point in time. So him jumping like that, I don't think affects them that much. But like, it's gonna take him a second to rebuild that trust. Like, how do you rebuild that trust with your staff, with your teammates? And I get you need him bad. I hot take. I think he was overvalued, but um,
I plead the fifth on that one too, because I watched a lot of Washington football this year
mhm,
too. So I plead the fifth on that one. But
yeah, but yeah, man, I don't know how you bounce back from that. It's gonna take the entire summer, and he's gonna have to be like real locked in with the program, and he's gotta seem like he wants to be there because if
yeah,
he doesn't, uh, I'm sure there's gonna be some strings that get cut, and it's just gonna be a messy year for probably both of them. So
yeah. This is the one thing that is so strange to me, and I'm gonna say this too, because you're looking at all. I mean, it's at this point. I mean, it's easier. Like it's obvious. It's literally like NFL junior minus all the legality of it, right?
hmm
You've got all these guys. that have agents. Some of these players have the same agents as these coaches.
Uh-huh.
You know, that it's just so odd to me that and like okay, case in point, Ty Simpson, right?
Hmm.
And I this was a good point that someone brought up, which I think it was I mean Tennessee, Miami, and I think Ole Miss.
Yeah, the offering them the money
Yeah,
and it being tampering, really.
exactly. No, exactly. He never entered the
Hmm.
transfer portal, but then you're getting these offers
Hmm.
for allegedly upwards of $6 million, right?
Which I don't care what Todd Simpson says, I find that hard. But I find it hard to truly believe because I honestly don't think we really know what these guys are making.
No.
And every number I've ever heard has been like every other number I've ever heard from media versus what's said in the building, it's always substantially lower.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much these guys are making. I'd say if they're saying 6.5, it was probably somewhere around 4.
Still absurd. Still an
Still
absurd.
completely absurd. But yeah, man, the weird thing with Ty is I think he was kind of in a gray area
Yeah.
because with his intention to enter the draft, and in that moment, Ty had already separated himself from the University of Alabama. Like at that point, everybody knew Ty wasn't coming back to Alabama.
Yeah.
And that's before we started hearing about those offers and he officially signed the paperwork. So I don't know if that can be classified as tampering or not because he's not technically on a
Yeah, but
uh,
if you sign the papers to declare for the draft, you can't get out of that though, can you? I mean, maybe
no, that's why he waited to sign the papers, but announced his intention
yeah.
to leave.
Kind of like what Cam Ward did, I guess. He said,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. But yeah, dude, it's just I don't know. We've talked about it. We've
Yeah, there's got to be rules. There's
beat
there's
it
there's got
dead
to be
with
some. Yeah.
so much. But yeah. And then I guess the other big moves, man, you got DJ Lagway going to Baylor.
Baylor, yeah, I know he was thinking of taking another visit. Who
Yeah.
else? You got
Ray, Dylan Raiola going to Oregon to
Oregon.
sit behind Dante Moore now because he announced
Yeah,
his return, which I think that was the best option for him, if I'm to be honest.
it really was. Also, I don't know if people remember, like, do we know if he's even going to be ready for the start of next season? Like, he broke his fibula. That's a,
Dante?
or not
Or
Dante, Dylan.
yeah, I don't. I was about to say. I don't know, man.
Like
I don't know.
he had a serious injury, so it probably makes sense for him to sit and not like rush
Yeah.
himself back from an injury. But
Well, that was the situation with Sam Levitt, and then
hmm
like Bo Prabula was another name that was being thrown out for Tennessee. He ends up going to Virginia,
yeah,
which the
he
Pittsburgh,
just signed another quarterback, Eli
yeah,
Holston.
Eli Holstein. But Sam and Bo both had injuries.
Hmm.
Is I mean, Sam is going to be. I think he's supposed to be ready by May, right? I
Hmm.
think.
I don't remember the timetable.
But it's just taking a leap on a guy like that, especially with what was Sam's? It was a I mean, allegedly he did it playing pickup basketball.
Really, I
I
didn't
don't
actually hear that.
yeah, I don't know how true that is. So this is the word on the street. Um he was playing pickup basketball, got hurt, and then it wasn't a like a I'm gonna enter the transfer portal. Apparently they asked him to leave after that.
Nah,
So that's all legend. But you look at a guy like Sam and Bo, which I think Bo's I don't know if he had surgery, if I remember
on that
correctly.
ankle.
Yeah.
Well, I think he came back to finish the season, or did
Yeah.
he go out again?
I
So
don't
I don't think he ended up having surgery.
yeah. But taking you're taking a risk on guys that are injured.
Hmm.
I like I said, I think they're gonna be fine by the start of next season, but they
Yeah,
could re-injure that easily, in my opinion. I think Sam has screws in his foot from
yeah,
what I
I think
remember. So
I heard that.
but yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's been an interesting transfer portal.
I'll say this though. Colleges will begin to learn their lessons.
Yeah,
Because and these aren't transfer portal guys, but I think some of the same logic still applies on these guys that are like preseason top draft picks expected for next year at the QB position and stuff doesn't plan out the way they want it to.
Yeah.
Look at what happened with Lenore Sellers, who they paid to come back. You look at what happened with Kay Klubnik, who they paid to come back. You look at what happened with Drew Aller, who they kept paying to come back. All these guys that were Garrett Nussmeier is another
Yeah, that's fire.
example.
Yeah, I was about to.
Uh, all these guys who were supposed to be great QBs and that they were paying all this money to come back and play one more year. Where are they now? Now,
Yeah.
granted, we're not talking NFL draft, so maybe I'll say this for another day. I think one of those four QBs, and I won't say which one, actually will finish the pre-draft cycle as the number two quarterback on the board. But that's a different conversation for a different
Well, I
day.
was going to bring that up too because
Okay.
I said that yesterday about quote unquote the worst quarterback class ever, which
Hmm.
I think is I don't want to say it's a stretch,
Yeah.
but you look at this. I'm looking at possibly three busts college football wise. Okay, and
Hmm.
Nussmeier, Aller, and Klubnik.
Yeah.
The other three are like, you got Mendoza, you got Simpson, you got Carson, I guess four, Carson Beck. Trinidad
Hmm.
Chambliss, I'm still, dude,
Hey,
he showed me a lot this postseason.
he showed me a lot. I hope it translates to the NFL. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna bank on it though.
No. No, but you look at those four other guys, I think those are, with all due respect, the four most promising in that class.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. Well,
Carson Beck,
again,
Carson Beck's proven me wrong too.
Carson Beck's had a nice year.
Yeah.
I um I wouldn't be surprised if we get flashes from one of the four guys that we're banking on talent for, which is like Nussmeier, Aller,
Yeah.
not Klubnik. I don't see anything from Klubnik. But I do truly think that one either Aller or Nussmeier is going to be able to crush the pre-draft process
hmm
because people are going to wrongfully, in my opinion, attribute their poor success this season to injuries. Like the whole narrative was, well, Nussmeier's been hurt the whole year, and that's why he can't do XYZ. Then Drew Aller goes out early in the season with his injury, and it's like, oh, well, we don't see if he was going to put it together in the back half of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're going to get to the draft process, and at the combine, one of them is going to throw the ball 70 yards on air. And I think a team is gonna start rising them up that draft board. And when Ty Simpson and other guys come in a little bit less physically impressive, because I think Drew Aller is gonna come into the combine as the most physically impressive quarterback, even over Mendoza.
Yeah.
That's gonna start to raise some questions. So
Yeah,
we know
that's
how
also
this thing goes.
a hot take too.
We
But
know how this thing goes.
I'm on the same boat there because I like looking at Nuss and Aller. I like this might be SEC bias, but I like Nuss a little more.
Hmm.
I've seen more flashes from him. I've seen what Drew Aller can't do. I've also seen what Nuss can't do.
Hmm.
But now I will say, well, this year was a rough year for LSU.
Hmm.
But you saw what Nuss can do with some weapons out there. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's gonna be, and I've been saying this for probably a couple months now. I'm so excited to see how this draft cycle goes.
It'll be interesting, man.
There's so many questions. Um, even like I'm thinking running back wise though, like this isn't even that strong. Who do we have
Yeah.
running back wise? You got Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, you got Jeremiah Love.
I'm trying to think of
Good, of course.
because I'm forgetting
Pretty good
names.
tight end class. You
Yes.
got Kenyon Sadiq, Eli
Yeah.
Stowers. Yeah, the running back. We got Jadarian Prince from them. You got yeah, Nick Singleton, Emmett Johnson, who I don't really know much about. Jonah Coleman.
And
Uh,
then Justice Haynes, did he's
he's
going
going to Georgia Tech.
exactly. So you scratch that name off the list right there.
Also, random. There is a Alabama to Georgia Tech pipeline building, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it's very interesting. You think they went and got Jalen Mbakwe,
hmm
Noah Carter. I think they got Olius Allen, or no, they got Joseph Ionata off our O line, and then they went and got Justice Haynes.
Yeah.
just in this cycle. I'm very intrigued by that, but that's a whole different thing. But yeah, um, that's about it for the
Yeah.
You got like I just thinking of names that are popping off the list that I remember, like Quentin Joyner. I think he has to go.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's coming back at Texas Tech. Seth McGowan,
I'm trying to.
Jam Miller.
Cam Miller. Yeah. I
But
think
yeah, no, it's not a great class. It's
did
not a great skill position class.
Jacoby Lane, did he, Mekhi I'm looking at the wide receiver class, I think
It's
is
good.
it's really good.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, enough of that because
yeah, yeah.
we still got a couple more, I guess a couple
We
more
veering
topics.
off track. My
Yeah, yeah,
bad.
yeah. But this national championship matchup,
Yes, sir.
I think it's a pretty obvious choice who I'm picking.
Really? Who you going with?
Indiana. Indiana, dude.
Okay.
Give me Indiana. Now, are they better than 2019 LSU? No.
No, not better than
That
20.
argument is absurd. But
I do think they're probably in the top five.
yeah, Indiana is just, dude, they're
Yeah. I
arguably, well,
My
okay.
hot take is still this real quick, and then I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not gonna add any more context. I think 2019 LSU was the second best team in college football that year. You go ahead.
Behind 2020 Alabama, is that what you're saying?
Decline 2019 Alabama. Same year.
They beat y'all twice, right? Or was it once?
They beat us once less than a week after Tua had surgery.
Fair.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say this too. I think Indiana's defense is better than this is a hot take because
Hmm.
I think LSU had the Jim Thorpe too, right, that year, if I
I
remember
believe
correctly.
so.
I think Indiana's defense is a little better than LSU's defense.
Yeah.
But that's the
I
only thing
think it
I'm gonna
was
give
Delpit.
credit to on Indiana's side. But um yeah, I like Indiana more in this game. They
Hmm.
keep proving me wrong if I'm to be completely obvious. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm riding with them. Now, I will say this. Miami's defense, they hit.
I think Ruben Bain is the best player in college football.
Hmm. I think Jacoby Thomas is up there too, and it pisses me off we didn't keep him, if I'm to be completely honest. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Uh, but then you look at on the offensive side too. You got Tony. I think Mark Fletcher Jr. is quietly one of the best running
Hmm.
backs in the
He's had a
country.
great postseason, man.
Yeah. But yeah, for some reason I'm leaning Indiana this way, that this game.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you, and I'm going to say for much more selfish reasons, you know what I'm saying? They beat the hell out of us. So I want them to beat the hell out of everybody else because I promise you this, if they mud stomp Miami, I'm just going to say, well, yeah, Bama was the third best team in the country. We just played Indiana early. I promise you that's what I'm going to say.
You're pulling at Tennessee. You're pulling at Tennessee last year.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We just played them early. They blew through everybody else. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm pulling.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say this too, because I think we talked about this when the playoffs first came out. About you said, I think we both said there's probably like 4 or 5 teams,
That can actually win it.
but then you got who? Let's see, Ole Miss was 6.
Hmm.
Uh, Miami's 10, right?
Yeah, Miami's 10.
And then Oregon, where were they at? I forget. They were
They were 5.
5, 5, 6, and 10, stepping up.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, my strength to playoff take is looking bad right now.
No, I was the same. I had the same thought process though.
But I still agree with what I said. I'm gonna stand by what I said. Um, I
But you look at Ole Miss; they were a 6 seed, but they only had one loss in the regular season
Right,
to Georgia.
right. And in our hypothetical, like Ole Miss, Oregon, both would have been in there. The only team that wouldn't have been, granted they're in the national championship, is Miami.
Yeah,
Um, but then again, we could go back and look at like how much should we have dinged Miami for those losses. Like when they lost to Louisville, Louisville was unranked, but Louisville finished the season ranked.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So how much should we have dinged Miami for those losses? Probably not as much as we did. Like this is obviously not the 10th best team in the country.
no,
And I think they had fair arguments to be in the same space as Oregon. They had a fair argument to be ranked above Alabama. They had a fair argument to be ranked above Oklahoma as well. So I do think they were probably improperly ranked. But I'm gonna stand by my 8 playoff take. But hey, shout out to the lower seeds making it interesting, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Texas Tech completely just crapped on me. I thought
They weren't ready.
you
The
look at their
lights were too
roster.
bright.
Yeah, you look at their roster, and I was like, yeah, that's a good team. But then A&M, I mean, one play away from winning.
Really, they
Technically,
really are.
I mean, Marcel threw that pick in the end zone.
Yeah.
They they would have scored its game. I don't see
Mhm.
it, which that's a 7 seed, but I don't see them getting past Ohio State. Uh,
Who A&M?
yeah,
Yeah. I think Ohio State would have beat A&M.
yeah, easily. This is one more thing with the playoff bracket because I find this funny. I've been wanting to be talked about this for a while, but this whole Group Six argument of kicking them out, which we've talked a little bit about.
Yeah.
I find it so funny. This is my one point. I'm gonna say this. I find it so funny that they're wanting to kick out the Group of Six,
hmm
but yet all these teams are rebuilding rosters with Group of Six guys.
You know what else I want to say about that? And this is completely separate from your point. But I find it hilarious that they want to kick out, group of six, and Notre Dame thinks they're excluded from that
Yeah,
conversation.
exactly. Exactly.
Like, no, you're not in one of those four. You're not in those conferences.
No, exactly. This is the year where it's like I think I don't remember if we've talked about this or not. If they were in a freaking conference, this argument would have not have even mattered.
Not a matter at all.
No. And that's the thing. And I've said this, we definitely have talked about this. They're an ACC in every other sport, and then
hmm
in hockey, they're Big Ten.
hmm
Why? I mean, I know the ACC isn't well saying all that, and Miami's in the national championship now, but
Yeah.
ACC has not been the strongest conference. Why not join the ACC?
Set. I think the Power Four teams need to make a coalition to punish them.
Yeah,
If you are a team that is slated to be in the top half of your conference, don't schedule Notre Dame.
that's what they're doing, or they're trying to do.
I know USC is talking about getting rid of him.
They
Man.
did.
Oh,
I
they
think
did officially.
they haven't renewed. Yeah, they haven't renewed their rivalry. So that's one team right there.
Stop scheduling them. That's all.
Yeah.
Once you stop scheduling them, they're gonna have to make choices. And you keep forcing the committee's hand to say like, hey, like, in the conference, can't really do nothing for it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
but they've set up next year for where if Notre Dame is in the top 12, they make it no matter what.
Yeah, I don't understand that rule. That's stupid, but
I
okay.
think for independence, and you isn't UConn an independent too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not saying UConn is making that jump.
yeah,
I'm not saying they won't make that jump, but you're catering to two teams.
yeah.
One of them, the only reason why you're catering to them is their logo and their name and their brand. With all due
Mhm.
respect,
Make them get in a conference. Force their hands to make life simpler on yourself.
yeah, it pisses me off because Marcus Freeman is one of my favorite coaches too.
Yeah.
And that's what frustrates me because it's like a double-edged sword for me because I love Marcus Freeman, but it's the premise of just join a freaking conference.
Darn
You
it.
won't have this argument about the playoffs, and it yeah. But and we talked about this before. I found it so weird though for the whole pretty much college football playoffs. You put Notre Dame over Miami, and then you flip them
Mm-hmm.
last week.
Because of the
So
conference. They had to protect conference integrity. You know the
yeah,
way to protect it? Matter of fact, you're not eligible for the college football playoff if you're not in the conference. How about that? There's only two independents. You're only keeping two teams out.
yeah,
Make them join them.
exactly.
But
UConn should wait. UConn's they're what Big East in basketball,
Big
right?
East basketball, yeah.
Join
So,
the Big Ten. I think they could do really well in the Big Ten in basketball for sure.
oh yeah, for sure basketball. I would say go put
Join
them
the
in
Big
the
Ten. Join the
go
Big
put them
Ten.
in
If
the
you
Conference USA, man.
maybe not that.
For football. For football.
Maybe not that. But yeah, it's just it's frustrating, dude. And now they're talking about expanding to 24 teams. Hey,
Yeah, the Big
they're
Ten's
skipping
pushing for that.
16 and going straight to 24.
I think SEC is pushing for 16. Big Ten is pushing for 24, and everybody in the country says they're going to do whatever the two of us decide.
Yeah. And to your point. which is I think we texted about this too.
Mhm.
The Big Ten I think has officially surpassed the SEC.
Oh yeah. I wanna Can you give me 45 seconds here?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Floor's yours. Go ahead.
I'm looking straight in the camera. To everyone that was in our comment section, SEC fans, first of all, we're gonna clarify. I'm an SEC fan, Alabama grad, former Alabama athletics employee. Chase is also a Tennessee fan in the SEC, Tennessee born and raised through and through. We are
Ah.
SEC through and through. You know what they say to your kids, like when you love your kids, you got to tell them when they're wrong and when they're not doing well. SEC, we're not doing well. We aren't the best conference in college football anymore. The Big Ten is now in a position to not only have their third title in the Big Ten in 3 years, but also the third separate team, and also the third consecutive year without an SEC representative. It's okay. We know we're deeper, but deeper doesn't mean better, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The so many teams had deeper benches than the Miami Heat when they played them, but the Heat had the Heatles, and that's all that mattered. They had LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. That's all that mattered. And
Don't
that's
forget
what's happening
Birdman,
in the
dude.
Big Ten.
Don't forget Birdman. You can't
Hey,
forget
shout out
Bird.
Bird, man. But that's all that's happening right now. They got their big three over there, and we're talking about the big three in Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana right now. One of them, it
And
wasn't even one
Michigan.
of those three that won it. Michigan is in that.
Now they had which we're gonna see how that plays out. But
Whole
anyways,
different thing. But it's
yeah.
okay, SEC. It doesn't mean it's over for forever. It doesn't mean they're the best conference in the history of football. They're just the best right now.
Hmm.
Do I think we'll reclaim it? Hell yeah, the SEC will reclaim it. But right now, we don't got it.
No,
Big Ten has it.
no.
That's it.
Tell you what, we're gonna compete though. We're gonna
Yeah,
compete.
for sure we're gonna compete. But bowl season didn't go great for the SEC.
That's an asterisk there, dude. I don't care about that.
Playoffs didn't go great for the
You know
SEC.
what? The bowls are ruined anyways because the players sitting out, and I'm blaming Christian McCaffrey on that.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
I'm blaming
But
Christian McCaffrey on that, and you
the
know why?
the playoffs didn't either.
Well, yeah, that's a whole yeah, but you know what? You're right. Okay, I'm talking about bowl games right now. If we want to look at the overall record, okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Although Tennessee just sucked this year, I'm gonna say it that we sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that's yeah.
Yeah.
You're right
That's it.
though. You're
That's
right.
it. Big Ten's best conference of football.
You're right. Now I will say we got them in every other sport probably, except Michigan is really good this year.
In
Um,
basketball, but overall we
basketball.
got him. Yeah.
This is a good transition for basketball, real quick.
Let's transition into it, man.
Transition, okay? A lot of interesting games last night, especially three buzzer beaters. Three, not one, two, or
Hmm.
three, but three. Uh, Kentucky survives against LSU.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that highlight.
Um, yeah, it is a. I'm gonna lead off with this though. It is a
Go ahead.
strange year in the SEC. Okay,
Hmm.
strange year. I'm gonna start off with Tennessee because you talk about the most confusing roster and team I've ever witnessed in my life. If I'm gonna be completely honest, okay,
You got your lottery pick, Nate Ament.
he balled. He played really well. He played
Yeah.
really well finally. Uh, the one difference I saw in this game, which we moved him to a four,
Hmm.
we gave him a little more space. Originally, we had two bigs out there. It's hard for him to create space with two bigs. And you know what they did? They gave him the four spot, and look what he did. He went and ball.
There
Okay.
it is.
Now, if you would have told me, I guess a month ago now, we beat number three Houston, and then we just blew a lead to Kansas and got beat, and then we
Yeah.
get beat by Syracuse and Illinois, and everything just went downhill. I would have thought you're crazy.
Hmm.
But it's the truth. I don't know how good this team is. Okay. We're playing Kentucky Saturday, and I think it's a spot for the NIT. If I'm going to be completely honest here, I think it's a spot for the NIT between us and Kentucky.
Man, I don't
Because,
think y'all are in that much danger yet.
dude, you look at this roster and you think this is a talented roster. We can't score. We cannot score. Our defense is great. Our defense will
When
punish.
can y'all ever score though?
we at least had a go-to guy the past 2 years. Okay, you look at Chaz last year and then Dalton
Ah,
Connect the year before. This year, I don't know who I trust. Okay. Also, Nate had two shots to win the game at a buzzer beater and missed him. Granted, one of them he did get a little elbow.
hmm
Could have been a foul. They're not going to call it, respectfully. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Look, you know what's crazy though is I feel that same way about like Alabama right now. I don't know how good we are. Like we go lose at home to Texas. I do want to shout out last night though. I don't know if you saw what LeBaron Philon did last night.
I saw that y'all were down and came back and won.
LeBaron Philon last
So,
night, just in case you missed it, the SEC Player of the Year this year, goes for 32 points on 10 for 14 shooting, along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Absolute dog.
yeah.
Absolute dog. The best guard in the country, in my opinion. But no, Bama,
Georgia's got one down there. I'm going to say it.
they got a good one, but
Georgia's got one down there, but
he ain't LeBaron. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm gonna say is this Bama team is the same. It's kind of the same story with Nate Oates, except this year it's not the 3-point shooting. Like I finally feel like we have a team that actually shoots to the level that can like consistently run Nate's offense. Problem is, we haven't had a healthy roster for a single game this year. We have run, I think, 11 different starting lineups already this year. Not because of like, oh, I want to mix match and see what works. No, because everybody's hurt.
yeah.
But like there's so many bright spots. Aiden Sherrill the other day when I was watching, he's averaging almost 3 blocks a game. You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of guys shooting. We got probably one of the best backcourt duos in Aiden Holloway and LeBaron Fallon.
Give
Uh,
your flowers. Yeah, I'll give you your flowers there.
and then outside of that, there's just a lot of youth and everybody's still trying to come into their own, but it's hard to get your feel when you don't know who you're playing with on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
We're missing Latrell Wrightsell right now, who's one of the best shooters in the country. Where I know that Lyndon Jemison has been out, and he's one of our better defenders. Taylor Bowen has been out. He's one of our better defenders and rebounders. I don't know what we're gonna get. It depends on the health of the team, but
Yeah.
all I know is Saturday, January 24th, when we all come to Tuscaloosa,
You're going to beat us. You're going to beat us.
you're in for a rude
You're going
awakening.
to beat us. You know why you're going to beat us? And sorry to take back over, okay?
No, you're good.
I knew this was going to be a problem from game one, okay?
Mhm.
And I forget who it was. I think it was Gardner Webb. It was someone, it was a mid-major team, okay?
Yeah.
Turnovers are so absurd for this team. Okay, we are
Really, I
allergic.
haven't watched too much of y'all
We
yet.
are allergic to keeping the ball. Let me tell you, we are allergic to keeping the ball. Okay. And then I'm going to say this. What did you say? How did you know you predicted this was going to happen against Tennessee last year?
Mhm.
What was that play?
That what was it? Baseline and bounce.
Hmm.
Always.
Yep. Brother,
Is that y'all's problem this year?
we had three 5-second violations
I'm telling you.
inbounding the ball. Dude, this has been a thing. And granted, like I know you don't want to call a timeout every freaking time it happens, right? Give me
Right.
one timeout. Give me one timeout at least. But I mean, obviously turnovers are a problem, but everyone's seeing that we can't inbound the freaking ball. So what do? They put full court pressure the whole freaking game, and we can't inbound the ball.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating, dude. That's what loses the game. You look at Arkansas. You look at the stat sheet. We lit up the stat sheet against
Shout out Nick
Arkansas.
Pringle.
Yeah, shout out Nick Pringle. He kind of hooped that game. He kind of hooped. We out we out we outscored them in the stat sheet, but then we lose. Another
Yeah.
problem, free throws. We can't make free throws to save our life. But now,
Yeah.
granted, the past couple games we trended upwards, but we're when we get to the deepest part of the SEC turn or schedule, okay.
hmm
I don't know how we're gonna do, and that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Look, I get it. I get it. I'm a little worried too.
You look, Barnes is in practice putting up balloons. If you pop 10 balloons, you're running. Okay. That's turnover balloons. If you give 10 turnovers, you're running. He needs to make that number five. Five balloons. If you pop
Yeah,
five balloons of turnovers, you're running,
make
dude.
it a little harder.
It is absurd. It is absurd, dude. It is, I don't want to say pitiful basketball to watch, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Let me check the stat sheet of how many turnovers we had last game. Real quick. 19 turnovers. That was one of our
Sheesh.
so
Yeah, you can't stay in that double digits too long, man.
allergic. Allergic. We're allergic to it. It is absurd. That's my rant on this. Um, when it comes to a national championship team, I still have no idea, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's a wide open year. You
Yeah.
look, Michigan was supposed to be undefeated, which is incredibly hard to do. They
Hmm.
dropped one.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be an interesting year, man. I can't wait
that's
to
my
get
rant.
in. Algorithm preparations actually about to begin now that
Just go
after the
ahead and give
national
it up.
championship.
Go ahead and give it up because I tell you what, I don't know this year. I usually have a I usually have by this point, I usually have a basis of my 10 or 12 teams that can compete.
Hmm.
No idea this year.
Hey, the algorithm will let you know, man. I'm telling you, it's getting refined year by year. Preparation begins after the national championship game. Uh, but we'll dive into that. I'm gonna have my own. I'm gonna do a extensive video explaining how I'm doing the algorithm this year later on.
That's all I got.
Hey, that's all I got, man.
Yeah,
We'll do a special or something if we get Broncos Patriots AFC championship.
we're gonna have to do something too for that if that's the
Mhm.
case.
Yeah.
So, but thanks for coming on, like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all.